So, dear class, here's the thing. I mentioned to you guys yesterday. Let me put the share screen on real quick. That there's a student in the class right before y'all, and he did a thing for me, and a guy saw it, and rather than allow the nationally recognized brand make his cover for free, he chose to pay an Auburn High School student to make it for him because these are not bad. Like the covers that they come out with are not bad covers, but they resemble each other, right? I mean, they have like a style and they kind of go together. They're a lot of times a flat background or a muted like monochromatic background, and then white letters most of the time, and a relatively up close picture of someone waist up kind of thing, and they're not bad. But the student that made mine, he made it into a, like an art as opposed to just a photograph. And the person saw it and he wanted to pay this guy money. Again, he could have easily gotten one free by this very, very successful brand, but he wanted the student to do it. And the reason that he wanted him to do it is because he thinks that people are more likely to click it just because it stands out. Does that make sense? It's not necessarily better, but it's unique, it's different. And the way that this company works, they pay you well to come do a show, and then they film it, and then they put out the recording. And after they put out the recording, depending on the success of it, they pay on the back end, dependent on how successful it is, right? And so his thought is he can pay a little bit right now and then potentially get a lot more out of it in the back. Like he could pay X number of dollars now, but make way more than that on the back end because people are more likely to click it because it just stands out. Again, we're not bashing their posters. They're good. It's just these are unique and stand out. So having said that, the theme of the day is just ideas that are unique and stand out. Like this poster right here is a professional poster. Somebody got paid a lot of money to do. Anybody in this class could make that. Like that's not difficult to make. That's a one-day project, if that, right? It's just a good idea and it stuck out. And the trouble is, sometimes we can make a project that may look fantastic, but it may not look, what's the opposite of boring? It may not look exciting enough to get us to take the time to look at it. Right? Does that make sense? So here's another one. So simple. Anybody in here could make that. But they thought of the idea. It's just like a Halloween kind of thing. And they had the idea to split in half and make two scary eyes out of it. So simple. This, anybody in here could do better than this as far as like a visual image. It's just they thought of a very creative idea that will turn people's heads. That's one that you look at and you walk by and you turn back and you're like, oh, what the heck? That's an imagination right there. They're imagining it's a dinosaur, imagining it's an airplane. Slim fast, what a great idea. Like so simple. Y'all have done better than that as far as just visual projects. You've made better looking projects by far than that. Like basically everybody has. But again, it's just the idea of it that stands out. So, I mean, one after another. And then the other takeaway for today, lying to people is always bad. It'll bite you in the butt. Don't do it. And so if you have an ad that says, Mary is coming to this party, come because you can see Mary. And, well, if Mary's not at the party, that's the issue. That would be a lie, right? So if you know Mary Poppins is not coming to the party, and you say, come to this party, Mary Poppins will be there, and she ain't there, that's just a lie, right? However, if you say, come to this party, everybody's coming, people don't think that you mean everybody in the world, like everybody, all 7 billion, they understand. So like, it's okay to use hyperbole because people know that you don't mean that, right? So like, if you say, for instance, about this thing, it tastes like mint, and it does not taste like mint. That is a lie. Don't say that. That'll mess you up. However, if you say, man, it's so hot, it'll turn your mouth into a volcano, people know you're not being literal. They know that just means it's very hot, right? And nobody will ever complain about that. So another one is, this is kind of funny to me, but is if you're constipated and you need to not be constipated, take this. They know we know it doesn't literally turn your rear end into an upside down rocket. We know that, but it gets the point across, right? It's hyperbole. Like, hey, it's going to be effective, you know? And so, anyway, the two big things are just use ideas that stand out, not just pretty pictures, just ideas that'll get people's attention. And then, you know, lying to people mess you up, mess them up, but using hyperbole, over the top stuff, that's okay. You know, it's just, we all know it's not literally going to do it. Okay. That's that. If I can help out on the project, let me know. I'm going to turn this thing off. Oh, and I got this. Hold on. Let me stop sharing. I can't